Thank you so much. Just a minute. All right. Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Glory, as you've been told. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to talk to you today, and I hope by the end of this session, we'll have learned so much in regards to today's topic. So, I won't take much time talking about myself because our gracious host has done justice with telling you who I am and what I do. So I think we'll just go straight into today's discussion. You're able to see my screen? Good. Okay. So I'm taking you through clarity, confidence, and creative problem solving in entrepreneurship. I hope this is going to be an engaging session. If something is not clear, probably you can stop me and I could clarify further. So I'll start by explaining what clarity in entrepreneurship is, and if you question or if you don't understand what clarity is in entrepreneurship, it's more about the vision you have as an entrepreneur. So clarity in entrepreneurship means having a clear goal and a clear path on how you want to achieve your business goals. So it's very important as an entrepreneur to know what you want to achieve and have a clear path how you want to achieve that particular goal. So when I'm looking at clarity, I basically categorize it into three. There's a strategic clarity, there's communication clarity, and there's a self clarity. And on the left, you can see a maze. And ideally, I put this maze here to show or to further illustrate how difficult it can be to find direction when you don't have clarity. So in life, and in particular in business and entrepreneurship, when you don't understand clarity from the onset, it's like setting up yourself into a maze, and that means you will be going, but most likely you will end up where you don't plan to be. So let's start by understanding what strategic clarity is, and that means I think I can minimize this. Strategic clarity is achieving, or rather strategic clarity is clarity of business strategy, and that means having specific plans and goals towards what you're doing as an entrepreneur. And having strategic clarity, you're able to achieve business goals as they are known to you. You're able to avoid distractions such as maybe external interference, family, friends, or anything that is coming from the outside world to interfere with day-to-day running of the business. It also helps clarify your progress against performance. You can compare where you are today and where you are probably some time back, and decide or be able to gauge where you are and what you need to do to catch up if you're not where you're supposed to be. It also helps you focus on critical business resources such as time, money, and human resource. I understand that some of the most critical resources in entrepreneurship are time, because if you spend little time building your business, then you won't be doing justice to your business. If you are diverting money away from your business, you won't be doing any justice. And if you don't make good use of your human resource team, then you will be doing injustice to your business. So strategic clarity also helps you make the process repeatable and reviewable. When you have that clear strategy of your business, then you're able to to repeat the process and review it and analyze how you're performing. And if it's going well, you can, go back again and do the whole process over and over again over a period of time, and your business will do well. So what is important in strategic clarity is understanding your why. Why are you in business in the first place? Is it because you want to change your life, your financial situation? Do you want to, change the world? So when you have a clear understanding of your why, you're able to have, a more directed path towards achieving your business goals. So I hope we all understand this section of clarity, and then I'll go to the next section of clarity, which is communication clarity. And by this I mean, how do you communicate now your business vision or your business to your clients? Are you confusing your customers, or are you able to, articulate your business so well such that your clients understand what you're offering? And by understanding communication clarity, you're able to avoid confusion, you're able to build relationships with your customers, and ideally how to become a good, communicator, how to have a clear communication clarity. Some of the tips I would share is avoid industry jargons. For example, if I'm a consumer or I'm a customer who wants to purchase something like a vehicle, you may find that maybe the seller is using very complicated terms to explain some mechanical part, which I as a consumer is least interested in, and in the process I could just, they could easily lose me with their complicated terms, with their jargon. So as an entrepreneur, it's good to use simple language that your clients understand, and then don't use a complex language to express or explain yourself when you're selling your business. So you need to have the most basic way of explaining, even if it means moving away from professional language to, to suit what the client understands, then do it. But the point is, have clarity of communication. Gauge yourself, sit back and ask yourself, do I complicate myself when I'm selling my product, when I'm selling my business to my clients? If the answer is yes, then sit back, come up with a way of communicating better and selling your business in an easily and understandable way to your customers. The other, I would call it a mistake that entrepreneurs do, is making the content about their business just focused on themselves without talking to the audience or about the audience. When you're selling yourself or selling your business, make it about the client. Don't say, or rather don't focus so much on who you are. Rather focus on what you're offering the client. Shift from, shedding so much light on how you do things or who you are as a person, and rather focus on fulfilling the client's needs and making them understand what benefit you're bringing to them. So a question I would leave you with today is, sit back, ask yourself, do I confuse my customers? Is that the reason I don't sell? Okay, the third section about clarity is clarity of self. Do you know who you are? Do you understand yourself? What do you stand for? What are your values? What change do you want to make in your world? What change do you want to bring? What problems are you solving? What do you want to influence? What are your value drivers? What motivates you? If you can understand yourself, you can understand what, ticks for you, what you can bear with, what you cannot stand, then you will have clarity of self, which is very important for an entrepreneur once you're running a business, because there are situations where, as much as we say the customer is always right, there are situations whereby sometimes clients overstep as clients, and being able, to know where to draw the line. Like, if I do this, I will be taking my business at a loss. If I take so much negativity coming from the client, it will just kill my morale as an entrepreneur. So being able to know that and address that professionally will really do good to your business. So I also want to leave you with another question here of, do you know you? Do you understand you? Do you know what you want? Do you know where you're going as an entrepreneur now, separate from the business? Okay, so I would be willing to answer any questions before I move to the next part of this discussion. In regards to clarity, maybe if there's any questions, somebody can just go ahead and ask. Okay, I think we are all good. So the next part I would move to is confidence in entrepreneurship. And I would love us to understand what it means by confidence in entrepreneurship. In general, I think understanding of confidence and is a little bit different from what confidence in entrepreneurship is. Confidence in itself, is like believing in yourself and being able to articulate yourself. But when it comes to entrepreneurship, it goes a little further than that. It's being able to have faith and believe in your own decisions, be able to sell your business, and also being able to, to deal with challenges or facing risks in your business. So in definition, I would say it's the ability of having faith in your own decisions, actions, judgment in running your business, the ability and power to face challenges and risks in business. And once you fail or once you're not confident enough, you start doubting yourself, and doubt leads to fear, and fear leads to procrastination and inaction, and by that you're not able to make steps or take steps and make decisions that you need to make as a business owner. So it's very important and critical to have confidence in entrepreneurship. So how do you gain more confidence as an entrepreneur? And here I would say one of the best ways, one of my go-to ways to gain confidence is embracing the worst case scenario, expecting the worst. And when I know what I expect in terms of the worst case scenario, I prepare myself beforehand. For example, if I'm pitching an idea to an investor, the worst case scenario would be being turned down, right? So when there's a possibility of being turned down, that will not be a fear you'll be facing, because you've already gone through that in your head, and you're ready to, in the event that this person doesn't buy my business, it's well and good. So embrace the worst case scenario. Don't be scared of not selling, because sometimes it's not a bed of roses when you're starting business. And even those who are already in established business, they can attest that business or entrepreneurship is not a bed of roses. One day you will face yeses, another day you'll just face a lot of no's and challenges, and expecting that every day will not be a positive day gives you confidence, to even tackle your worst days at work. My second go-to is celebrating small wins. For example, even if you make a sale and you feel like, well, I've done a sale today and that's not good enough. No, that is good enough, because that is something that it's a milestone for your business. It's a milestone for you as an entrepreneur. So always learn to celebrate small wins. And by celebrating, I don't mean going all out and, spending business money. it's just, being grateful to yourself, patting yourself on the back and saying, I did good. Speak positive, words to yourself when you achieve even what you think it's the smallest milestone in your business. Just being able to celebrate yourself gives you, a very positive mindset and a very positive mood to run your business every other day. My other go-to advice in terms of gaining confidence as an entrepreneur is having a plan B, and in particular a financial plan B. When you're starting a business, you realize that it can be so straining financially, and that can lead to the feeling of wanting to step back. But having a second, for example, I would say retaining your 8 to 5 job at the beginning is a very good option of financial plan B, so that you can, go all into building your business without being scared. What if I don't make any income this particular month? So having that financial plan B gives you the confidence every day to push towards achieving your goals and makes you a more confident entrepreneur. My fourth go-to would be keep mentors in the loop. If you're in business and you don't have a mentor, you're running the show all alone, it can be very, very draining. And at the end of the day, I say mentors are professionals who know more than we do, who are more experienced than we are, and you don't even have to pay a mentor. You just need somebody who's been there before you to guide you through what you're doing, and keeping that person there helps you, have a bigger vision, a wider vision, because ideally they are more experienced than you are, and they can tell you what to expect, what not to do, and by that you'll be facing, the day or the business more prepared and more confident. And then my fifth advice in regards to gaining confidence as an entrepreneur: always when you're speaking or you're addressing your clients, use a good posture, your head high, shoulder back, and no slouching. And by that I mean, how you present yourself in terms of posture can tell whether you're confident, whether you're scared, whether you're worried. So always wear that confidence outlook, even if you're going through the worst day, because nobody wants to nobody wants to come and talk to somebody who is frowning, somebody who looks sad, somebody who doesn't look like they want to be talked to. Always wear that confident posture. I always say, fake it till you make it, not in regards to how we know it, but in this particular situation, in terms of posture, fake it, look like you know your craft so well, and what you portray is what sells. That's what customers want to see. And then the last but not least advice I would give in regards to gaining more confidence is stop comparing yourself to others. Don't look at a particular business and say they are far much ahead of me, I'm just starting, I'll never catch up. No, there is market for everybody, and once you just understand your craft and face your business with confidence, you will be able to get where they are and even ahead of where they are. You just need to not compare yourself with others, because the situations can never be the same. They can never be the same. Probably you may find somebody who had a better start off financially, or they even have a mentor and you don't have a mentor. So it's important to just focus on your business and you in particular as an individual, and don't practice the habit of looking at others and thinking they're better than you or they're doing better than you. Everybody has their own clock, and at the end of the day, at the end of time, everybody will reach their destiny when they're supposed to. I want to give a quote in regards to confidence, and the quote is, "You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take." This is one of my favorite quotes I go to when I feel like scared or afraid to tackle something, in the event that I don't even try, I miss 100% of it. I would rather miss 80% rather than not taking the shot at all. Okay. So I want a volunteer to give us a 30-second elevator pitch in terms of telling us who they are and what they do, and to, incorporate what I've just spoke about, that is confidence as an entrepreneur. It doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to see if you're practicing what we are talking about. Maybe our host can help us out. Excellent, excellent. That's very good, Comfort. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Okay. Maybe. Sorry. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think it's fair for Catherine and Rachel to also tell us what they do. It's an opportunity actually to introduce your business or yourself to us. Okay, maybe we can do it at the end of the session, right? Okay, okay. Amazing. Perfect, perfect. So the other guys would love to hear what you do. I see I still have 20 more minutes, and the last bit is not much, so probably we can hear from one or two more entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. Amazing. Hello.
homecoming party, anniversaries, discussions, retreats, road trips, airport transfers, meet and greets, nothing.
Thank you. Okay, anyone else? All right, let me move to the next section. Then we can always go back to practicing on the elevator pitch. So the third part of today's discussion is creative problem solving in entrepreneurship. And in this part, we as the business owners are now sitting in the position of, the business doctor, trying to diagnose the business problems and finding a solution to the challenges and problems you're facing in business. So what is creativity in problem solving? It's the development, in particular creativity is the development of original ideas then to solve problems. In entrepreneurship, you need to, break away from norm and use imagination, come up with something new to embrace quick and effective solutions to an existing problem. Because most of these problems sometimes have been there, if the solutions that have, been, or rather that have come previously don't work, as an entrepreneur, you need to engage your mind in coming up with something new, something original, and deal with that problem. So I put creativity, problem solving into 5 sections, which take each like 20% towards solving 100% of the problem. And these are more like stages that as an entrepreneur you need to go step by step when you're trying to solve a particular challenge in your business. And first you begin by clarifying that problem, knowing what exactly is that problem that your business is facing. Then you ideate, coming up with ideas. Then you develop a solution. Then you implement that solution and evaluate whether the solution you came up with is actually solving that problem that you diagnosed in your business. So if I go to further explain these steps, clarifying is recognizing the existing gap between the current state and the desired state. What is that you want to close in? What gap exists between where you are and where you ought to be? The second stage is ideation, and ideally this is generating detailed ideas that are very particular and relevant to the problem that you're trying to address. And then the third stage is developing, and this is where the entrepreneur takes the list of ideas that they've come up with and tests each to find a solution. The idea must be free of obstacles to implementation. And what I mean by that is, if you've come up with an idea that can solve your problem and this idea costs probably all your capital, then it's not an ideal, it's not an ideal idea to go through with. So the idea must be free of obstacles. Some ideas may need maybe a professional to deal with. Are you able to take care of that? If it's not, then you go back to the drawing board and come up with an idea that is 100% free of obstacles and that is going to be easy to implement. So the fourth stage in problem solving is the solution needs to be implemented, tested, and evaluated. The entrepreneur needs to go through a structured system of follow-up to ensure that the solution is actually viable and effective, that the solution can actually, solve the problem that you're facing in the business. And the fifth step is evaluating. This solution that you've come up with, has it really solved the problem that I'm facing as an entrepreneur? So the final solution needs to be assessed And this is a very, very critical stage. I know most of us come up with solutions, but we don't sit back and look at, look back and see, did we really solve the problem? So it's very important as entrepreneurs to always avoid overlooking the final stage, which is evaluating, and looking at how well the solution worked for you. It could have worked for you but put you in new problems. So it's very important to always evaluate whatever solutions you come up with. If not, you go back to the drawing board, go back to each step again, and start over and over again until you have something that works for your business. So I want to give some examples of creative methodologies to problem solving as entrepreneurs, and all these are free ways. They are free, creative, and I would say modern, because in the past we didn't have things like online surveys. If you want to address a situation in your business and you don't know how to go about, and maybe you are a one-man show, in that regard you're running the business as the sole employee, you're the sole owner, you can always crowdsource. There are several ways of doing things online. Just go to Google and search the word crowdsourcing of ideas, and you can always key in your question and you will get feedback. Then you can offer rewards to the person who gives you the best feedback. The other way of coming up with new ideas to your business is brainstorming. If you have a team in your business, you can always engage them, work together with them, and bring new ideas. If you don't have a team, it doesn't have to be a professional setup. You can even ask your friends, you can ask people around you, family. They can help you brainstorm and come up with creative ways of problem solving in your businesses. Then the other, which is one of my favorites, is online surveys. I know we've all at one point encountered a survey form. This is a very creative, because it's free. You just need to log into a site like SurveyMonkey and do your survey, and it goes wide and beyond even Kenya, and you can get feedback from anywhere you want to get feedback from. So make use of these tools towards creative problem solving. The other part that is very important as an entrepreneur towards creative problem solving in your business is understanding the SWOT analysis of your business. And in this it means understanding the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats that your business face out there. And once you have a good grasp of the SWOT analysis of your business, you'll be able to tackle just about anything within your control. So I hope I have been of great help. We have about 10 minutes for any Q&As, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you so much, Lori. That was such an amazing session. And thank you so much for taking us through that. I do have a question.
Yes.
And this is from some of the personalities those entrepreneurs. And we have sites maybe like from Nigeria or other parts of the country.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've noticed is that the businesses in Nigeria, especially, because they are the ones that like really stand out.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope I can learn chat in pages, but it's just that the observation I need, and maybe you can provide insights to this. So, for example, this Nigerian business, it doesn't matter whether they're in hundreds of streets or whatever it is, they are always really at the forefront to say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Follow my business. I'm not on social media, but you always find me on the street. Exactly tell you. And now when you come back home, especially in Kenya, you find that business owners are very shy or very reserved when they speak about their businesses and what they're doing. And I've always wondered in my mind, like, why is that happening? Because it's a culture culture thing? Is it a mind block thing? Is it a psychology thing? Like, why are we not able to, be out there and talk about our businesses? Because I definitely need such a knowledge of skill because I've dealt with businesses who are, top of the top of the top, and nobody knows about them because they don't make a lot of noise about it. So maybe you could provide maybe insights on what you know,
Okay.
or something.
All right. Okay. As you said, ideally, I think it's a culture thing. There's a way we've been set up as Kenyans in viewing success, and in particular, business success. We feel shy when the business doesn't look glamorous, and I can attest to you. I have a friend who is in the corporate world, but then during this COVID time, she decided to convert her vehicle to sell, fresh vegetables. And at the end of the day, she would go home with about 5,000 Kenyan shillings, looking at the fact that so many people were just staying at home, not going to work, and she had set up a very good, she had done a very good setup and positioned herself so well. And I was sitting and wondering, where are you getting all this confidence to shift from this corporate manager, and then now you're selling vegetables by the roadside? And she told me, at the end of the day, I need this, money. So it also goes a long way to shed light on confidence in entrepreneurship, and also something that personally I always say, with age there's this confidence we get as we grow older, where you care less about what people think or say about you. So it's a matter of I would say culture. There's a lot of culture influence in that, because as Kenyans, there's a way we perceive certain kinds of businesses and certain levels of businesses. If your business has not reached a point whereby it looks glamorous and people know about it, we sort of tend to shy away. And then if the business looks like what we have a mental perception as not a very, professional setup, we also tend to shy away from it. And I believe all of you guys can also attest that some of the most unstructured businesses make the most, in terms of revenue. So it's all in our minds, and it's something we need to totally shift away from. Just go for it. If you do your maths and feel this is where I will make the most, go for it. Don't mind what people say. Don't mind about how people perceive you. What you present, how you take it from within, it's what people will believe. I normally say, how you feel from within is what you project to other people. If you feel confident, if you believe in your craft, then other people will believe in it. But if you feel like, what I'm doing is not so good, it's the same way people will perceive it. But let's build more confidence when it comes to dealing with such kind of businesses. Okay, you're welcome.
I don't know if there are any other questions from the participants of this session. It doesn't have to be a question. You could admit yourself and you have a comment or a compliment. This sort of before I hand it over to you, my co-host. Yeah, you stay on. Before I hand it over to you. And so much the she's shared with us content, and she has great YouTube content, by the way. I have and so please feel free to also help with that. And she's actually quite inspirational, to be honest. And if you have any follow-up questions, she has her email there, and you can always follow up with a lot of the stuff that she's doing. on our website. And it's all here. So I will take a screenshot and share with the rest of the community. Ladies, if there are no further questions, I'm going to go to my ambassador and my co-host, Mr. to just give a bit of thanks and tell us what's next.
Hi everyone, thank you Julie for a good session. I learned so much.
You're welcome.
Comfort, are you there?
Yeah, sorry about the technical let me just can I give my vote of thanks in the chat? I think a better question. But thank you so much for for my team. Yeah, so before my network was back, thank you everyone for joining in. Just gonna put a bit of thanks in the chat, but I'm glad everyone just your time Saturday. Yeah, we appreciate it. So thank you.
Thank you so much. So we usually have this tradition where after an event, those who are comfortable, you can switch on your careers and virtual people that we can remember this day and our amazing post for the day. So if you're comfortable, I'd like to ask that you turn on your camera real quick, just a very quick photo, we'll call it a day. If you're comfortable, please, ladies, I promise it will look nice. Those who can. Have a tough count. Oh, there we are. Thank you, Mary. Anyone else? It doesn't matter how you go. Why you go? Hi, this is sad. It doesn't matter. I know it's a family day, so the with the children and praying for this. So, I mean, how old you are? Yay! We have many people. Anybody else? Comment to do this all right. There you are, Mary. Thank you, Mary. All right. I will take this. I will. Okay, so smile, guys. 1, 2, 3. Future female. Yay! Yay! Nice. Thank you, guys, for coming on. Wonderful lady. All right. So we do have another event for you guys lined up next month. It will be a virtual event, but we are planning from a physical meetup all the way in March, and hopefully it will coincide with the International Women's Day. So we are pretty excited about that. So stay tuned. We'll circulate the information through our newsletter, and if you haven't, we'll provide a way to subscribe. As long as you have your emails, you will always receive more information about us. And with that, I will hand over the Saturday back to you guys. We are moving past time. And thank you so much, everyone. To enjoy the rest of your afternoon and Saturday. Bye, ladies.